Good afternoon. I'm back. I still have a headache and a bit of a cold, but I am way better than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was literally dying. Me and Tim have both woke up this morning feeling 100% better. We're still not right, still deaf ears. Everything falls on deaf ears, but we're well. So welcome to the channel, everyone. Bang on time, look. You can see my creativity is back in check. So if you are brand new to the channel, my name is Toni Darroch, and this is the How to Craft Network Studio, and we are working on our Create Together Club. And we're on class 3, believe it or not. So yesterday we did like the shirt effect where I made loads of mistakes, couldn't get any of my measurements right, but hopefully you grasped the idea behind it all, and some of you have made some of these shirts inside the pockets. Fingers crossed anyway. So if we can share, that would be awesome. I'm going to quickly talk you through the product, show you the upsell of the paper pad, and dive straight in. We're going to make a slider card today. Tom said, why don't you do a slider card? I was like, oh, that's a great idea. We're talking about it on the school run this morning with Tim, and we're doing a slider card. What it looks like, no clue, but slider cards are pretty basic, but really impactful if you want to create sort of like interactivity on cards. So far we've done the shirt and the little pocket, and then what we'll do is we'll line them all up and we will just have some fun and decide at the end which class has been the best. Has everybody started playing with theirs? Has everybody started cutting into it, or are you all just waiting until the 5 days are up and then you're going to decide what you're going to do? Denise, Rosamond, Rolf, Michaela, Amanda, share. Brilliant to have your company, guys. Let me just check I'm in check. Woo! I'm in check. Thanks, love. All we've done all day is pull faces at each other because we're still not quite right, but we're better than yesterday, so we're quite sprightly. So, what is all this? What is all this? Oh, that's from Deal Hunters. Let me just get rid of that. So, guys, what we're going to do, let me do a quick run through the product for anybody who's brand new. I think most of you will have seen the product, but we will run through it regardless real quick because it's incredible value for money. And then we'll get cracked straight on, right? How awesome. So in this particular Create Together Club, you get your 2 dies to make the wallets. Awesome, right? So that's the money in itself. Then you get your little words which fit within the emblems of the die. We get our amazing made a wallet, says Marilyn. Woohoo! You get your sort of like circular toppers which go brilliantly with your dies, your waste-free dies. I have been asked today, is there a circle waste-free die coming? Yes, there is. And it fits around this. So we have the words, and then you have your beautiful 300 GSM paper cardstock, call it as you wish, with all of those decorative elements. Great for guys. We're marking it up as a guys collection, but of course it can be utilised for anything and everything, right? Thanks for all the hearts, guys. Are you all glad I'm back? Are you all glad I'm back? I thought to myself, I put it in newsletter last night that I was live today for class number 3, and I thought, do you know what, I don't even know if in the morning I'm going to feel worse. If I feel worse, there's just no chance I can do a live, but it's actually gone my way. I felt quite sprightly this morning. Still had a little bit of headache though, but I'm good. So that's the collection. So Create Together Club is linked to the top of the feed. It's also on the website. Oh, Dawn's now got the stinking cold. It must be the changing weather. We did a test. We didn't have the COVID, so... but Tom still can't hear properly out of his ears either. Well, that's his excuse anyway. So we have this one as well. This one is linked to the show. So this is the one where you get that lovely distressed leathery, goldy, wash type style, colour tones, feminine and masculine. So we didn't leave anybody out. Love this. I love this. Great for Christmas cards as well. So that one is added to the show also. So that's the products. I am going to use my nesting rectangles for this demo, so hopefully you have got a rectangle die. It doesn't have to be mine, of course, but hopefully you've got one, just so that my box for my slider is sort of precise and neat. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is let's just shift all of this onto the back, because that's sort of like the example. Margaret, I'm feeling tons better. Thank you, sweetheart. It was only going to go one of 2 ways. It was either going to put me in bed or it was going to let me allow me. allow me to crack on because I'm real busy, right? And it's allowed me to crack on because I think as well, though, because, you know, all of the tariffs and everything that sort of like happened over the last few weeks, it's been so difficult to sort those out. And although it's not physical work, the brain, mental brain space and capacity to solve problems that all come at once, and issues, and try and get new contracts turned around at the flip of a heartbeat to service everybody. I think it just burnt us all out, including Becky as well, bless her. But hopefully that's the end of the matter. Thank you, I am feeling better. And happy birthday, Mandy. Are you doing anything nice? Hopefully you are. So, card blank, we're going to do a nice slider. Now, it don't matter what type of card blank you have, rectangle or square, it don't really matter, right? So what we're going to do is, I've got this offcut from yesterday, so I'm going to use this. So I'm going to cut this down to go on top of this card. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a landscape card today or portrait. I think we'll do... I do like a good portrait. I'm going to do portrait. You can do landscape or portrait, whatever suits you. So just get your guillotine, your cutter, and then we'll just trim this one down. Like so. Stressful, yeah, I think, and sometimes having like tons of stress can obviously affect your brain span. So I've got my mat and layer all ready, right? So this is should be a super duper nice card by the end of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my nesting squares, and because, sorry, not nesting squares, nesting rectangles, it's still affecting my brain though, I've still got the fog. So here we have these ones here, which I thought would be brilliant to put the window in for our slider window. So let's just move that for now, because that's... Let's take one of these. Now, I think I'm going to go for the second one down. Let's see if that's going to fit. So if you've got these, you're going to get that nice stitched detail, I guess. Mind you, the stitch detail is going to be on the piece that you cut out, not actually on the card. So that's nice. So let's have a look at this one. I think I could probably get away with another size up. Let's go next size up. So I'm doing a landscape, portrait style card, guys, but you could do the full length here, the landscape. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh, that looks good. I'm going to go with that one. Now you can do your window in the middle, the top, the bottom. I think I'm just going to go like in between. I've gone with that one. So for if you've got these dies, I've gone with the third one from the centre. Okay, the third one up. Andy says, watching you and then going to stop stroking my Holy Christmas set and give it a go. Oh, bless you. Get it done. Come on. So I'm going to take this die and let's run it through on our piece of cardstock. I'm just going to, guys, see if we can just find the clicker to turn the heater off. Just 1 second. Is it anywhere? Oh, it is. It's just a little bit hot. There we go. A little bit hot. Right, so let's run this one through. So I'd like my slider to be sort of... Let's have a look, which is the top. I think I might have that at the top. The nice decoration at the top and then the slider at the bottom-ish here. I'm going to go about there. And we'll run this one through. Can't stay long, okay, Jill? So I have the centre here. And then we have our aperture in the base. Now this would be a nice piece to put back on for our slider. So what we're going to do next is move this out of the way. Just make sure I put it away. So now I need to create the slider element that's going to pull out of the centre. Let's just move that there. Get rid of this for now. I haven't actually shown you any samples, have I? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a slider now that pulls out of here. Now it's just going to be a little bit bigger than here, and we don't want it flopping around. It needs to move in and out absolutely seamlessly. So let's see how wide this one is. So this is the piece that we cut out. So I'm going to pop it on here, and I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge at the bottom and at the top. So I'm just going to trim like a panel. You'll see why in a second. Hello, you creative weirdos. I'm late, obviously. I know. Hey, craft is not weird. We love craft. We are a little bit weird though, aren't we? Weird in our own right, I guess. So just to show you, so I've just cut that piece there. So this is the piece that's going to sit in here and pull. We'll trim it down when we're ready. So what we're going to do is when we come to do it, I'm not going to do it yet because I don't know what I'm going to decorate this like in the centre at the moment. But what you do is you make this piece bigger than your actual hole. So it's not looking like this when you're pulling it out and thin and ugly, okay? So you're going to just make sure that this is bigger than this. You see? Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we need to create a raised element so it can slide in and out. So I've just got some of my pads here. You can use your mini pads from your collections if you want to. These are a little bit bigger. I think these are a little bit thin. I might have to double pad these ones. So all I've done there, can you see how I've put that piece there? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to butt the pad up so my card will slide in and out beautifully. So you need to pad around the slide. Does that make sense? And then you can just get rid of that actually now because you can see how far it needs to be away. So I'm just putting a few pads around that window. I'm a crafty weirdo and I'm proud of it. Good for you, darling. And we need to leave this edge open because this is where we're going to pull. To make sure my card still sits in the recess. If you do it and your card doesn't slide easily, of course we can trim this down just a touch, can't we? So it's not the end of the world. Like so. And then I'm going to put some in here to stop my slider from pushing out the other end. Okay, we don't want him to slide out the other end. So I will just cut 2 of these like so, some thin ones. What did you miss? So this is to stop the slider from coming out the other end. Now, I don't know if I need a double pad. I don't know if I need to double pad because they are really thin, these pads. So I'm going to just take the backs off here. And I'm going to double pad. I'm going to sit another one on top. If you've got thicker pads than me, you don't have to double pad, but I'm going to have to double pad. Craft addiction. So I'm just removing all of the backs, and then I'm just going to sit some more on top to double pad them, okay? So, and then they're at a good height then, and then we'll take them off as we go. They don't have to be perfectly straight either, as you can see from mine. They do have to be the right height of each the same though, so don't think, oh, I'll just pad a few, or else your card's going to look uneven, and if it gets crushed in the post, it will sit in all of the unevenness. Yep, Angela, come back later, sweetheart. It'll be on the channel. You can watch it at any time. Oh, nearly done, guys. If you've got foam on a roll, we have actually got a set of 3 foam on the rolls, which are good value. Lots of you buy those already. Check that out. You get 3 in a bag, foam on a roll, and it's not like pieces like this. It's actually big, chunky like this, but on a roll. That's quite good. And then we'll just cut this one in half like we have with the other. Like so. So we've got a sort of like our tunnel, aperture to get our, just get rid of this, guys, to put our nice slider into. And then we'll take the card, this card, wasn't it? And we'll put this onto our card now with the aperture. Well, that just dropped into place. It's not even particularly straight, but so as you can see now, we've got that around there. Obviously, this needs a pad. These need double padding. I'm just going to put some quick pads under here, guys, because I forgot about that piece, or else that's going to sink. So I'm just going to pull off the double pad at the top here, just to stop my card from sinking. Don't be tight with your pads neither. I always say it, don't be tight with your pads, because it'll show. Just stick 2 together so I get the same height and dimension. One there. And then this one we will pop under here. And then we've got a lovely, lovely card. So far, so good. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take the panel that we've cut, and hopefully I've done it the wrong way. Oh, I stuck it on it. Oh, no, I haven't. I was going to do it at the bottom, but I've clearly stuck it up here. So now you can see, oh, no, it's actually all right, look. It's just, yep, no, Seamless. No look, no grace. So that's, I don't touch my end until I'm absolutely certain that I have everything in place, okay? So what I want to do is I want to put some readable words on here. So when you pull it out, the words are readable this side as well, okay? And I want to put a pull out. So when we pull it, whatever's stuck here pulls towards whatever's attached here on my card. So it looks quite cool. Now, if you wanted to sort of like coordinate, of course, you can cover your pull out with the piece that you've die cut. So when it pulls, it gives you like coordination. You won't see the cream underneath, so you do have options. It's totally personal preference. I do like that idea, if I'm completely honest. Might actually do that. I was going to stamp the word, mind you, we could stamp it on. No, I like that. Let's do that. So all I'm going to do is take this off, and you see this here, I'm going to put it in place, in its place, and then the piece that die cut out, I am actually going to stick whilst it's in place, so I know it matches perfectly, okay? Now get it out, Tony. Oh, there we go. So let's pop some glue on this. And I am just going to take my finger and take the glue to the end so it doesn't catch on the sides when I'm running it in and out. And I'm going to slot it into that hole. There we go, and then I'm going to take my finger and make sure it's absolutely stuck to that piece of card. There we go. Because if your ends stand proud, guys, what will happen is it'll just get caught on your little window. So just make sure it's nicely stuck. And now, cool as that. So I'm not going to mess with this end yet. We'll come to decide what we're going to do with a pull here or something like that. So what I was thinking was, if we take the paper pad and I like the guy, you know the guy, let's have a look at him. I like him. He's a little bit big though. And if we put a drink here, and when I pull him, it pulls the guy towards the drink, like so. And do you know what we could do? We could stamp the sentiment underneath there, couldn't we? So when they pull the guy or whatever to this side, underneath it says happy birthday. You know, from your happy birthday set, you could stamp the happy birthday. So we will do that. So let's have a look how I'm going to pull this across. So let's see what we can do. The guy is a little bit big, I think. Oh, he's nicer. He would be good. So let's, mind you, it's reddish. Let's just see if we've got... Look at that. Isn't that just so beautiful? Oh, we could do the bike. That would be good, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, I've done a portrait, so I'm limited on size. We have the guy. No, let's do... I think if we did this guy, but just a bit smaller, you know, so it's not a big guy, and when he pulls across. So let's try that. Listen, you can pick your design. I'm here to inspire you. So... Is it going to look odd, though, that he starts halfway into my card and then pulls across? Let's do this one. Right, so we now have our guy, and then I need to pull him into something, like something at the other end. So let's see if that drinks, one with the glass. So let's cut this one. Or we could do one of the circles, couldn't we? You know, one of the circles from the set. Let's just have a look at that. Don't get hasty, Tony. Don't get carried away. Where's my set of poppers? Let's have a look. We've got one with a drink on it. Oh, look at that. Right, I haven't got my circle die, but I'm going to go with this. In fact, have I got my 2-inch punch? Oh, it could happen. I've got my 1-inch punch now. My 1-inch punch, but not my 2-inch punch, probably in my other studio. So let's just cut this one out. Who's going to give this a twirl? Anyone? Really, we should distress the edges as well. So here on the front of the card, I'm going to put this piece here, and then he is going to be attached to our puller. So when we pull it, he goes and sits on top of his drink or next to his drink. In fact, I might just chamfer that off, make it straight so it goes with the side of my card. Right. Oh, I don't know which one to do first. Right, so what I'm going to do is... Right, we need to stamp here first before we do anything, before we attach anything, before it gets too problematic. So we'll just stamp this in black, but it would look nice in the brown. Okay. And then I'll take my guy. Think about where we want him on our slider. Now he's going to need some padding so he slides seamlessly, and then he's going to slide into his drink in some way. So I might put that a little bit higher. So we'll stick this flat, he will get padded and he will actually move like on top of this glued piece. So let's glue this piece. Scared in case I get it wrong now. Let's give that a second to grab. What's up with you all? You've all gone really quiet. And then if we stick him with pads onto this, he's going to come across and sit on top of this drink. So let's just see where we want him to sit. We want him to sit somewhere like that, don't we? So he needs to go back, and we need to pad him underneath his waistcoat onto that. So let's get some pads. Now I'll get my deeper pads, my smaller pads for this one. And we'll pad his waistcoat. Will that be high enough? Oh, I think that might be all right. Now, before I pad him, I need to establish what I'm doing on this because I need to cut this, don't I? So what I'll do is, we'll just leave him for a second, is let me just put a little mark. So we need to trim this. And you can write pull here, put a tab on it if you've got your tab punchers. I'll just decorate the end of this, but you use your imagination as to what you've got in your stash. I don't like using things really that are not part of the kit because not everybody's got everything. But let's just have a look, see if this is a nice pull out here. So what I'll do is I have a little bit of a pull out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of those circles and decorate the end. I'm going to fold it in half. Why have you all gone quiet? You're making me nervous. Let's have a look if we've got one that is different. Oh, keeping in with the drinks. Look at these. Shall we just go with the floral one? Let's just go with the floral one. You know, as well, I do have my 1-inch punch, but I think I'll end up ruining that because it's not very big. But I think we could maybe just do like let's try and do two. I would do my 1-inch punch, but I haven't got it. So I'm just going to go with two of these like so. And then what we'll do is we will put them back to back like that. And we'll have it as like a little half pull out. So we'll glue one at the front. And then one at the back, so it looks neat. That doesn't look very straight, does it? Well, that's the beauty of putting it inside and sticking it. If I'd have stuck that straight on there, it would have been wonky on my thing. So it just shows my pads are not very straight. So do that, what I have shown you exactly to do. So it sits nice when it's in the card shut. I've got my little pull out here. Oh, guys, look what I've done. Card. That's how that's ended up at the top because my card was upside down, wasn't it? What a bonker. I'm going to have to take this off here now and stick it onto a card. Stick it the right way on. Stick this onto the front of a card now. Let's hope I've got one. Make sure I don't make the same mistake twice. We'll just stick this directly onto here. Don't you make that mistake at home. Send it to Australia. They will, yeah. That's where it might end up. We have our lovely, so before I stick my guy on, I want to do, and then the surprise is obviously when you pull the guy, the happy birthdays behind that little slider there. And then I want to do something here too. So I'm just going to grab the paper pad for a corner. You could do the bike as well, but you can put two. The guy would look good, but now I need like this. This is what I need. Oh, this is the same paper. Let's just see if there's any more. Oh, no, hang on. That's nice and all up there. The red is nice. Let's take him too. So I'm going to take this piece here and fussy cut this just to give my card some interest on the front of it. So let me just cut this corner away for now. Quickly cut. I'm trying to keep the corner proud on this piece. Like so. He's nice, shame he isn't real. I know, we'll be taking him home, will we? Be taking him home? I'm just going to take off a bit at the bottom because my foliage is just going to encroach onto the man on the slider. So let's get rid of that. Bit more. I have to ditch that, Anna, because it's gonna get involved in the man who's sliding, and it's going to get caught, and it'll just frustrate. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put thin pads underneath here. If I have any left, I've got some left under this one. I don't want like a cake build up. Kathy has a hard time cutting paper. Try and move the paper and not your wrist. I know it's easier said than done. And then we'll stick this on the bottom. I'm a real fussy cutting pro. I wish I was. I'm pants at it, really. Just popping this in the corner. But just give some dimension in this corner so you can see when you lift it up. Oh, you're supposed to see. Let's just give it some dimension, shall we, like it's supposed to be. So you can just see a little bit of the dimension in the corner there. And then this one at the top here. Let's try. I'll make this quite small. Let's just go with the... We'll keep this one quite small. It just adds a little bit of interest and dimension to the card. There we go. So we'll pop some pads under this one. I think I've only got big pads left. Yep. So you're getting big padded. Oh, Maureen loves fussy cutting. I got your samples, Maureen. They're beautiful. Thank you. As always. I'm just going to pop this one up here so it just gives that a little bit of dimension. So now I've got that lovely corner. We have our little drink ready for our man. And then we just need to adhere our gentleman here. Oh, I forgot about his head, look. Let's double pad him, then he's not gonna, I really like that flower, so I don't want to pull it off. So let's double pad him. And then he's hopefully not gonna get beasted by a bunch of flowers over his head because he's super tall. I'm a fussy cutting nightmare. So let's see if that helps. I think it should be okay. Oh, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? So we'll put our slide in, put our man here. So he's double padded on that slide, like so. And he's meeting his drink. What do we think about that, guys? So if you just push that down a little bit, then he's not going to get caught on that. So I'll just sort of like wrap that in a little bit. Or maybe put a bit of glue behind that little leaf there. Yeah, let's put a tiny bit of glue underneath that leaf, and then he's not going to get caught at all. We want it to be a nice experience. We don't want it to be a jaded experience. I've just put that down there. And then he can slide seamlessly to his drink. And you could do a female version of this, couldn't you? You can do, there we go. It's catching just there, though, on something. Wait a minute, guys. Not his head. Oh, must be a pad underneath. But I think you get the idea. That's nice. That is a nice card, guys. We like that. I think as well we could add another sentiment here. So just to finish it, because I think that'll be nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of those lovely plaques, emblems. In fact, it probably will look. Let's go there, hey? So let's take, let's see what offcuts we've got. Oh, this is nice. Will it fit on there? Oh, a bit too small. I don't want to do cream because cream's going to take your eye away from. Let's do this piece up here, these cogs. Can you send me a real life one? I can try. I haven't got my gold embossing. This would look beautiful in gold embossing, guys. Because of the lovely sagey green and cream undertones. So, shall we try and attempt to stamp in white? I don't think it will. I'll try. Let me just see. Because we've already got happy birthday in the reveal element of it, I think we should use a different one, like, it says happy birthday on it, so we could do lots of love. Let's do lots of love. I'm not sure it's going to, oh, mind you, I could heat emboss it in white. I've got white. Okay, let's heat emboss it in white. She says. I don't have my anti-static bag either, but we'll go with it. I've got my sticky ink pad. Let's hope it's stamped. Not a bad effort, that, Toni. Not a bad effort, that, guys. I'll just keep hold of that. that there. Make sure you use your anti-static bag at home, guys. So I'm going to heat set this one with my gun. Get my gun hot. I've done that so many times. Do we like it then, guys? I've only got to stick this on and then we're done. Who's going to give this a twirly whirly? And then we'll put some pads behind this one. Let's just go here. And there we have. Nice card, guys. Do we like? Not a bad effort, that, was it? Way better than yesterday's mismatchy cuts and brain fog and trying to put a card together. Don't ever do interactive cards when you've got a cold. It just don't work. So there we go. So there is today's slider card. We'll pop it on the back. If you make one, let me know. I would love to see it in our Eureka fan page. But there is another lovely card for you and an inspirational card for you all to have a play with. I hope you've enjoyed that. Have you enjoyed it? Let me know. Oh, my brother will have a birthday in December. Are you going to do that then? Michaela says, love it, Toni. Oh, thank you, darling. I hope you're well. Just something a little bit different. And you know, I struggle so much with guys' cards. You all know this. And I find like with guys' cards, it's interactivity that makes them happen for me. So the slider, the shaped card. So tomorrow, though, we're going to do a little album that opens out and opens like into a concertina, if that makes sense. So although the wallet die is a wallet, I'm going to stick lots together and it'll fold flat shut, but when opened, I'm going to use the closure so it stands proud on the table with lots of out bits. That's the vision. I don't even know if it'll work. We'll figure it out tomorrow, guys. So I'll be using the wallet dies tomorrow with the pattern papers as well. So there we go. On the outside, happy birthday, behind, send me money. Hey, you could write a handwritten message though, couldn't you? Like, yeah, give me your money. So I'll love you and leave you. I'll be back tomorrow with class 4 at 1 o'clock. And so if you are playing yourselves, please do not forget to share the love of craft, share this video, and pop a comment underneath as well. Let the algorithm know that we're super duper active here on the How to Craft Network studio. So whatever you're doing, have a great day and always share the love of craft. I'll see you all later, guys. Take care. Bye. Bye, guys.